Ian, let's just hand the mic over to you. Tell me about your team and tell me about the performance.
Yeah, it was a battling performance to say the least. I felt we showed an enormous amount of character today in a really, really hard fought contest, as you would expect coming here in a local derby. But in terms of our commitment, attitude towards defending our goal and our box, I mean, I've not seen that in a team for a long, long time, so they deserve all the praise they're going to get.
Defensive character is something we've spoke a lot about, and it was something even kind of leading into pre-season. You were saying, look, that's a key area that we've got to get better in, balls coming into the box, and it was wave after wave. We can compliment the home team here and how they utilise wide areas, but we seem to have the answers.
Yeah, they're really good at it, Dunfermline. They're very well drilled in what they do, both offensively and defensively, but going forward to get the ball in wide areas, they've got two players in those areas of the park that just touch out their feet and deliver really, really dangerous balls, and that was the biggest danger for us today. We knew that before the game, but I felt Keith and Ewan defended that box brilliantly, along with the two full-backs, and then the midfielders had to get a bit tighter to the centre halves for the second balls and stuff like that. In saying that, they never really cut us open. The one time they did, we were offside, and it was a tremendous save from Kevin. So overall, we didn't create too much either. We have to recognise that. But as you said at the start, in terms of our character and our defensive display today, very good.
What was the game plan coming here today? Because we're known as a team who have got great riches, particularly in the midfield and the forward areas, but the game kind of ebbed and flowed, as you would expect in a derby, and it was a different type of game.
It was. I felt we started the game really well, really composed and showed good quality and tried to get in behind them a little bit with the back three, and then they came into it as well. We have to say that as well, and we kind of got a goal out of nothing, to be honest. David Callum Smith is brilliant in chasing the ball down and puts it into Sam, who puts it in, the front post area, and it was great to get that goal because it kind of gives us something to hang on to if we needed to, which we needed, and we saw it at the end. But as an away team coming here, in the first league derby of the season against a team that were on a 26 unbeaten league run as well. Good crowd in here, it was good atmosphere in here, so for us to come put in that type of performance, that was a proper derby performance away from home.
And tell us about, it's an empty stand behind you now, but moments earlier it was fully noise and colour and drama from the Kirkcaldy faithful there. What extra dimension did they add today? Oh,
brilliant. Again, without fans, the game's not very much, if anything at all, and the atmosphere today was brilliant. We've asked a lot of these supporters over the close season to dig into their pockets and help us over the line, and there's no doubt they're helping us over the line. We saw it at Easter Road last week with the huge numbers we took. We saw it again today. We've seen it all season, so we can't thank them enough. We just keep hoping and keep trying to give them something to cheer about. Today we have again, and we'll try and do it next week.
Key contributions all over the pitch, and of course you used the bench wisely. Tell me about our left back today. I mean, I'm playing Miguel Bingo here. Left back today, this kid just will run through a brick wall for you, won't he?
He will, because his attitude, and I've said it before, and I don't mean to disrespect Scott, because he's a guy who will go and play for you absolutely anywhere. Doesn't think about it too much, just wants to play football. It's worth its weight in gold to have boys like that. Dylan Easton's the same, and Louis Vaughan's the same. So I thought Scott in the second half in particular was outstanding today. He's showing much more maturity now and trying to learn a position, and I know it's very difficult for him because he's been in and out the team a little bit, but today I felt first half as well, he just kept his shape really, really well, learning from previous mistakes, and that's what you want to see in a young player. He's got a bright future ahead of him. In what position, we don't know yet, but it's about getting him minutes, getting his CV with games on it as well, and coming to places like this and having experience like this is only going to stand him in good stead.
I imagine there's bruised and battered bodies in the dressing room. What's the word? It's now been a busy week for our physio and our team. What's the early word for the guys?
Yeah, a lot of tired bodies more than anything else, Davey. Obviously Ewan's come off, but we're hopeful it'll be okay. We'll have to assess that Monday morning, Tuesday, and see if we need to do anything in the market, because we're a wee bit light at centre half. Our only cover at the moment's Adam. But I look around the squad and it's brilliant. Today was the biggest headache I've had since I came here and selected a team. We've left out some really, really good players, and to be brutally honest, they didn't really deserve to be left out because they've been excellent so far this season, but we just went with a different dimension. I felt we needed Jack's physicality at set plays and to occupy three centre halves. I felt we needed to try and get width to the game, and we've got Dylan and Vonnie who are players that like to come inside, so we weren't going to get width, but they took it brilliantly. They took it on the chin, as you have to do, and I tried to explain to them good football teams are only built on good squads. It's going to change all the time this season if I can keep everybody fit, because the quality we have, and especially in the forward areas, is really, really high.
So you've managed the conundrum of how you make use of this wealth of talent we've got going forward, and from defensive midfield forward. Are we hinting there that maybe we are looking at doing something centre half, maybe out wide?
Yeah, we might. We've always had an eye on maybe a bit of cover in the wide areas. We're asking Scott to go and do that, but it's showing maybe just a little bit lack of depth in the defensive areas with Liam taking that red card last week. We were kind of looking around and we're playing a midfielder there just because of what we have, but we have to make sure it's the right one. We're not going to be silly about it and dive in, but it's something me and John have spoke about numerous occasions over the summer, that we just feel we might be a wee bit light in those areas. But again, if Scott McGill keeps up these performances, then we've got a guy there, as you said at the start, will play anywhere and run through a brick wall for the football club.
It's great to see today, I guess, in summing up, the notion that a lot of people who don't watch Raith Rovers every week will say, well, the squad tells you they're their team that do their damage going forward, but leagues are won or playoff positions are gained across the whole squad. Did today show you that we've got a real good shot at this? Absolutely,
it was a really, really good away from home championship team performance, and if you add in the fact that it was also a local derby, it makes it even better. It's important that when you're maybe not firing the forward areas or can't get to grips with the game as well as you want to, that your backline are standing firm. And it's our first clean sheet in the league of the season. We hope to add a few more to it. But it's going to take a huge team effort, we know that. We've had a decent start to the season now, we've had 2 really, really tough away games, a really tough home game, but every game in this league is going to be like that. We need to be on it every single week. When we're not playing well, pick up wins like today, pick up points away from home, and our home form's decent and it'll take care of itself.
Well, you're giving us a great afternoon, and I think the Langtoon will be having a great night tonight. All the best, Ian.
Thank you.